Hey, I've been held up.
Yeah, no worries.
What have you got there?
The new T-Rock. You'll just want one. Volkswagen.
Well, good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, depending upon whereabouts in the world you are joining us from. Once again, my name is Ed Morrison, and you are watching the Bay Games 2020 Unstoppable Edition. And we are getting very close to the end, believe it or not. We had the individuals yesterday, and we have one more workout to take you through. And this one's going to be a special one because we have not only Alethea Byrne and Matt Lock to take us through it once again, but then we will have two teams, Team Evolve and Team Mart, throwing down at Evolve Fitness. So without any further ado, I will cross over to Matt. And Matt, it's nice to see you again. It feels like deja vu. Tell us where we are this time.
Yeah, hi Ed, it's good to be back with you, and obviously here with Alethea Boone, our head judge. It's a pleasure to be with Alethea as always, and we are here at Evolve Fitness, formerly CrossFit Jervis Bay, still absolutely affiliated as a CrossFit outfit, but so much more as well. And they've had about 6 teams here throwing down all day, been in epic battles going on, and we have one more that, as you say, we're going to go live with in just a little while.
That's right. Well, it will be my great pleasure now to, in fact, release the event, or the event's been known for a while, but I can take you through it one more time. So let's have a look at the final event for this weekend, the team event number 4, Sprint-alicious. And it's a bit of a mouthful, but for time, people must complete. One pair of male and female will assume a tandem deadlift hold, while the other male and female pair will do synchronized 60-meter shuttle sprint. And then the other pair will do 12 tandem deadlifts, finishing in a tandem deadlift hold, while male and female pair 1 will move on to synchronized 20-meter mixed rack kettlebell lunges. At that point, male 2 and female 2 will do 12 tandem deadlift hold, finishing in the hold once again, while the other pair, who didn't do the sprint at the start, will do the synchronized 60-meter shuttle sprint. And then pairs will swap roles. So you'll do the whole thing in repeat, but the pairs will do different roles on the way back down. So the loads are as follows. Men, 120 kilos and 20 kilos on the kettlebell. Females, 80 kilos on the barbell and 12 kilos on the kettlebell. And the mixed deadlift hold, so when there's a male and a female holding the bar, 100 kilos on the barbell and 20 and 12 kilos respectively. So they'll be obviously holding different kettlebells. Now, when it's intermediate, it is exactly the same format. The only difference here is that men will be using 80 kilos and 12 kilos on the kettlebells. Females will be using 55 kilos on the barbell and 8 kilos on the kettlebells. And the mixed pair will be doing 70 kilos on the the barbell, not 70 kilos on the kettlebell, my goodness, and 12 and 8 respectively. So I think this event is going to make a lot more sense when we get Alethea to step it out for us as she shows us the movement standards. So Alethea, over to you.
Alrighty, thanks Ed. Okay guys, we've got one more to go, and this one again has a lot of moving pieces. It's a bit of like a chessboard. We're going to have the ladies take us through the flow of the workout, so pay attention and listen carefully on this one. When counting at the beginning of the workout and counting down, 3, 2, 1, go. There will be a pair on the barbell and a pair standing getting ready to spin. The first one will pick up the barbell. That pair will hold while the other pair do a synchronized run. 5-meter cone should be set up. 5-meter cone, run around the cone. Then 10 meters and back. 10 meters and back. Once that pair finishes that part of the workout, The people on the deadlift bar will commence 12 deadlifts. 11, 12, they will hold while the next pair does synchronized mixed rack lunging. 1 in front rack, 10 meters out and 10 meters back. Then the partners will drop the bar and they switch. Oh, hold on, sorry, Ned's got one more 12-meter deadlift. 12 deadlifts, sorry, a bit confused. Long day. 12 deadlifts. 12, done. Once they've finished 12, then they will switch. There is no break in time. It is an immediate switch, and they go through that whole thing again. Okay, let's move on to movement standards. If unclear on this portion, please just refer back to the sheet on the website, the information sheet and the scorecard, just to be sure of that. Deadlift standard. Both people will be standing on the bar. Hands must be on the outside of the legs. As they lift up, they're holding the top of the deadlift. Hips are extended, shoulders behind the bar and legs straight. Bending the knees and resting it on your thighs is considered a no rep. Could you show us that, ladies? Good. And shoulders in front of the bar is a no rep, and it's also very hard to hold. Thank you. Drop the bar. Moving on to the standard for the sprinting. It is just, you must make sure that your measurements are correct, and you also need to run around the cone that should be set up. We'll go through one more time. Again, it is 5-meter sprint, 5-meter back, 5-meter sprint, 5-meter back, 10-meter sprint, 10-meter back. They're just warming up, lady. 10-meter sprint and 10 meters back. You do not have to touch your hand on the ground. However, you must make sure that you walk around the cones and back over the line. Moving on to the standard for the kettlebell lunge. It is a mixed rack hold, 1 in front rack position and 1 straight arm overhead. They must lunge in unison over to the 10-meter mark. Great reps, ladies. They will all count. They were all in synchronization. A bad rep is when the knee does not touch the ground. One kettlebell, the overhead kettlebell comes in front of your face or below the top of the head. Or they are out of unison. No rep. If you get a no rep, you must move back to the nearest 2-meter mark and recommence that lunge again. Awesome. And rest. Those are your movement standards for this workout. There's a lot of moving pieces again, so please refer back to the sheet. And if you have any questions, don't forget, the Batman's always waiting on the hotline.
Oh dear, the bat hotline. I hope that thing's been going off just so Matt can always do his best bat voice or Christian Bale deep voice when he answers the phone. Now, just so we're clear, I think this is one of those workouts that as soon as it begins, you're like, oh, that's how it works. Really, the best way to think of this is that one pair is going to be on the deadlift bar, either holding at the top or doing deadlifts, while the other pair is completing the sprints and the lunges. Once that's all done, they would then switch and take each other's roles. I think when you get the visual of it, and we very much encourage you to stick around for that of Evolve and Mart doing it, I think it'll make very clear sense to you. Now, we've had the amazing support of the Timebirds timers throughout this entire event. They're a wonderful company, and it's a wonderful, innovative product from Melbourne. And Matt, you want to talk to us a little bit more again about Timebirds? We can't get enough of them.
Yeah, absolutely. Look, yesterday I had the privilege of throwing down with Alethea, Peter Day and Maddie from just down the road, and we had an iPhone on the floor with a backup battery because the battery was going flat, and we used that as our timer, which most of us do around the world in gym settings and boot camps and the like. And at the end of the day, the Timebirds timer is a solution to that. It's a very elegant or sexy solution to that, I might say. But enough of my words about it. Let's have a look at it before we talk more about it.
Well, I have a wonderful electronic invention I want you to see. It looks something like this.
roses. Her rock, her messy colors. Now, I love it when you.
As I said, what a wonderful, innovative product it is. And if you've been one of those people at the gym who is trying to film your workout and time it at the same time, or you're not around a timer, it's incredibly annoying. So, the Timebirds timer is a very elegant solution, as Matt said. Now, I officially declare event 4 open to for fitness, if you will. So people that want to begin doing it can. But I'd be sticking around to watch the demonstration. Also, right now, I'm going to ask Alethea about what tips she might have. And Alethea, I suppose, looking at this event, it really is a matter of, do you want to do the deadlift first, or do you want to do the run and sprint first as a pair? What would you suggest? Is it a bit like the shoulder to overhead workout previously, where it's like, if you know that you're strong at the deadlift, perhaps you can do that under fatigue, therefore you do it second? Or would you get the good deadlifters to go first so you can really try and open up a bit of a strong start?
Yeah, I think for this workout, I would suggest putting your strong deadlifters second so that they can handle that weight under fatigue. But to be quite honest, this workout is a lot about communication and managing your own fatigue as a pair and communicating with the other pair so that the transition time between starting the sprinting or the lunging is very minimal. So communication here is going to be absolutely key.
Absolutely, and good communication has been a theme of the weekend. If it wasn't amongst the teams, I would suggest it has been between us three, and I would like to put that our communication has been excellent. Matt, would you agree?
I can only agree to that, huh? What else can I say?
Well, we might have to test ourselves later and try and do a team workout via this medium to see if our communication really is strong. Now, speaking of communication, Matt was able to catch up with Alistair Buttermore from Real Fit Strength and Conditioning, a gym in Mitchell, and they've been supporting the Bay Games for a long time now. So we'll cross over and hear from Alistair now.
Alistair, thanks for joining us.
We're going?
We're well underway. We've got athletes all around the country, and in fact around the world, who are now in the thick of the event, and the same is true at your end. How's it all looking?
It's all looking very well, thanks, Matt. Thank you very much for having us along. This is everyone's just been super excited down here in Real Fit in Canberra to get amongst this and have something exciting and positive to train towards.
Yeah, no, of course. Look, a bit of a crazy year for everyone, and that was part of the decision. And we said, well, the easy option is just to defer the in-person event, but everyone was looking forward to this weekend and they were training for it, and so we thought, well, why not? We'll try a different format. But has it given you and your members something to focus on? Is that how you've used this? Has it been useful for that?
Yeah, it has. Look, primarily a lot of our members who compete in things will be involved in things like powerlifting or weightlifting, those sort of sports. So this has been a really nice opportunity. All those sports seem to be pretty much on the back burner now. So this has been a really cool opportunity for us to try some different things, get involved in, I guess, in sort of a different scene. And yeah, like the guys are loving it. So it's funny watching us all get used to skipping and pushing the bar overhead and all these different sorts of movements. So yeah, you might see some funky stuff coming out of us.
Well, I'm sure our judging team will thoroughly enjoy the videos.
Yeah. Don't worry, we won't be doing videos.
But I guess, look, part of the year, I was chatting with Will Henker earlier, who's our head of programming, and certainly whenever we have to develop a series of event programs, or in this case, this year, adapt and modify. Of course, we're always cognizant of various things like how much space is available, what equipment's going to be available for the masses. But as well, we always like to put in something that is probably going to cause, a number of athletes to have to learn something new. And it sounds like that's very much the case at your end.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Like I said, like a lot of or even just the style of training, excuse me, is reasonably new. The mixed modal style of workout. A few people do a bit of this stuff, but not many. So yeah, no, it's been a really, really good challenge, and everyone's loving the variety in their training and getting to try some new skills out. Yeah.
Oh, well, that's awesome. Look, we appreciate you getting amongst it. We appreciate your members putting themselves out there and entering some new territory. And look, we wish you well in this event, and can't wait to have you here at the next in-person Bay Games when we're allowed to run it. So appreciate your support very much, and wish you all the best of luck for today.
Thanks, Matt, and thanks to you and your team for putting on what is always a great event. We were there in 2018 in person. It was fantastic. So really appreciate what you're doing. Thank you much.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Cheers.
Alrighty, well, we have the pleasure right now of watching two teams go at this live. And like I said, it won't only be a lovely display of fitness, but also for those teams that are still trying to figure out, right, how does this, what goes where in this workout? It's going to be answer all those questions as well. And Matt, I believe our teams are standing by, ready to go. I'll let you hit the Time Birds timer and get them away and going.
Absolutely, Ed. You can feel the tension in this box, let me tell you. So they are ready to rumble, and I'll just look at our fearless timer, Ray. Athletes, are we ready? All right, Ray, on your count.
They're very nervous.
They are very nervous.
Are you guys in the way?
Here we go, 10 seconds. We're on 10 seconds, Ed.
We'll duck out as soon as it's ready to
5, 2, 1, we're away.
Alrighty, and Matt and Alethea make their way out of the way, and look at them go. So we've got two mixed teams here, and what you'll see is the teams running will complete their shuttles and then their lunges, whilst the other team will hold the barbell. Now, when this team finishes their shuttle, the other pair is going to begin deadlifting. So watch closely. So now the other pair has 12 deadlifts, and look at the team from Evolve flying on the deadlifts. Now, as I say that, Mart is also moving the bar very well. Now, when 12 reps are finished, you are going to watch both teams. The same pair that did the sprints is going to pick up the kettlebell and begin their mixed front rack lunge, and away we go. So we have both teams on their lunges, and remember, the kettlebell only needs to stay just overhead. There seems to be some confusion in relation. So that's a devastating blow. So it looks like Team Mart, I believe, have to restart their lunges because the male athlete was not in the front rack position. He was in the farmer's carry position. So look, they've lost a good sort of, I'd say 20 seconds there, but all is not lost. It's still within reach. But on the left-hand side of your screen, we're almost done with the front rack lunges, and the mixed lunges are done. So now the male and female pair will begin deadlifting again. And that kettlebell just needs to stay overhead, and that is the team from Evolve absolutely flying on the deadlift. So they're on the 12 deadlifts, and now the sprint takes place once again. And what you're going to witness in a moment is the teams switch roles, and that's basically going to be a rinse and repeat of what you just saw. So the Evolve team is now switching. In fact, they can't actually switch until the tandem deadlift hold is done. There we go. So right now, the Mart team is on their first pair, finishing the run, and Evolve is on the second pair, starting their run. All right, so they begin the mixed lunges as soon as these deadlifts are done. So you would say the gap has closed marginally, but it's about, the gap is almost exactly the set of 12 deadlifts. So in a short workout like this, it's going to be difficult for the Mart team to make it up. And they're almost through their lunges, the Evolve team. So when they put the kettlebells down, they'll have 12 deadlifts and a sprint back and forth. And that'll be the end of the workout. So the Mart team is now on their second set of mixed grip lunges, if you will, but it's the last set of deads for the Evolve team, and they will hit the sprint, and they're going to take this one out. In the end, unfortunately, the mistake from the lunges in the first pair really is going to prove to be the difference. It was a fatal error, and that is time and done.
Here we go, guys. Bring it home strong.
So it is the last sprint for these athletes, and they're going to pull it in about 20 seconds.
Well done, big finish. Nice.
And that is time for the Mart team, so they are done as well. And Matt, I'll let some athletes catch their breath, but as we assumed it would be, it was a very fast-paced workout.
Matt.
And someone's being put under the microscope straight away. I believe you've got Matt. It's Matt and Matt, is it?
That's exactly right. I'm standing here with Matt Trippett, the one of the owners. Of course, his wife is the other one, Jodie. But yeah, Matt Trippett from Evolve Fitness, also part of the winning team just then. Matt, how was that workout?
It was gassy. Yeah, it was a little bit harder than I thought, but it was good being with Carla because she's really coordinated and hopefully made me look good.
I'm wondering if there was an element of sarcasm in there. I'm not sure. But if you were to give any of your future competitors advice, what would you reckon? What would you do differently? Let's say.
Probably just slow it down a little bit and just make sure, as you've seen with the group beside us, one of the members probably got a little bit carried away and took off in the wrong position, and so yeah, just slow it down again a little bit and make sure everyone's in time and you're working as a team.
And I'm guessing communication is probably a really key point in this one, huh?
Definitely.
So pick a leader, pick a voice, and communicate.
That's right.
Excellent. Well, look, thanks for having us here today. It's been amazing. You guys have had a ball. We were down here earlier. Great atmosphere, as always. So, yeah, thanks for having us.
Thanks again, Matt. It was fantastic. Cheers.
Ed, I think we might try and get, yeah, let's get Ryan. Do you want to come over? Apparently not. Well, someone has to now. We're live. Let's go. Let's go, Carla. Over you come. Never camera shy. Here we go, Carla. Very good. Have a chat with Alethea.
Carla, how was that workout? What did you find was the most aspect?
The most challenging aspect was probably remembering what all the movements were that you had to complete before the next one. But with great communication with your teammates, you should be able to smash it out pretty fast.
Absolutely, that seemed super valuable, the communication. Yes. And in terms of fatigue in the body, what did you feel first?
Probably just smashing out 12 deadlifts after holding onto that bar while the others ran and did lunges. That was probably the most fatiguing bit, yeah. Cool.
So do you want to go again?
Oh yeah, I'll do it again for sure.
Well done, you did an epic job.
There you go, Ed. So there's a bunch of teams behind where we're looking, just raring to go. So we'll hand it back to you and let them get their event underway.
Thank you so much, Matt. And folks, sadly, this is not the end. You will see me again and I will see you again, but this is the last event of this weekend. So please enjoy it. And we'll see you back here at 4:30 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time with some provisional results from today. Can't wait to see you then.
So, your T-Cross, does it come in orange?
Don't think so.
It comes in orange. The new T-Cross. You'll just want one. Volkswagen.